welcome to the community panel. This is the remnants of a disbanded panel where we just happen to have 4 community organizers, all Bitcoin, and all at whose Bitcoin meetups I have spoken in the last year, probably a year, 2 years ago. And each of these gentlemen were instrumental in helping put this together and specifically getting the word out to their people and getting people here after the plague hit and getting here themselves and contributing. And so I much appreciate it, and you know, big applause for you guys. So it's been very hard that these guys support. Anyway, so we're just going to we threw this together kind of ad hoc when I realized I've got all these guys here and we need to fill this time slot, but it's a great opportunity. And apparently they've done this before together, all of you, or 3 of you? Yeah, all those. Okay, so this is not a complete rehash of something we did before. So I have just one question, and then we're going to make it a bit of a free-fall, open it up for questions. After this panel, we have one more speaker, and then we'll have some announcements. So everybody hang around. This is not actually closing. And then we'll have, you know, you can look on the website. There's a community gathering nearby afterwards for the evening. Okay, so one question that I will put to each of you in whatever order you want is, what are your takeaways from CryPTOECON 2020 and all that?
I take away that we have to be very careful with our definitions, we have to be very careful with our language. In many cases, it is worth spending time on defining actually what we mean. Because Bitcoin is still, you know, to us, not necessarily new, but still a bit of a, there's not necessarily a consensus on the language we're using. And I think as Bitcoin is moving forward, we kind of have an obligation to establish that language very well. And that's also an opportunity to lay a language consensus base for our future economy.
I guess on my side, I'm surprised by the amount of interest there is in pure economics. I think it's one of those areas of Bitcoin which is probably disregarded quite a lot in a lot of conferences. Usually the focus is on technology, whereas speaking to people and kind of the socials around the conference the past few days, it seems like there's a lot of interest about just pure economic theory, which a bit surprised me.
Yeah, I mean, first of all, thank you, Eric, also just for pushing ahead like this and making this happen despite all like the troubles we have to go through. I mean, here in Vietnam, I think that we had not many real good Bitcoin-focused events in the past. So if something happened, it was basically always on us to make it happen. Now you made this one happen. I mean, the turnout certainly would have been hoped to be bigger, but actually was. But given like the circumstances you had to go through over the last month, you still just pull it off and just go ahead. I mean, I think that also deserves quite a big applause. Just go ahead.
I just like to say from my point of view, I've attended a fair number of conferences in Southeast Asia on Bitcoin, and I think what sort of differentiates this one is that there's a real focus on substance and debunking a lot of nonsense, and that's very refreshing. So, and the fact that we can host it here in Hanoi, which is a unique spot on the global planet, is also refreshing as well too. So. We do appreciate you, Eric, for scheduling here in Hanoi, and hope we can make this an annual event.
That would be my hope. We'll see how it goes. I don't make predictions. Make an effort. That's that. So, in order to get more into a little bit of nitty-gritty, so this is a community panel. You guys are kind of community organizers in your respective communities. Maybe it'd be interesting to get what your perspective is on those communities. somehow, in some way related to the theme and the content that we delivered here, or potentially pick a particular subject that we talked about that's maybe deserves more discussion, that might be interesting to discuss amongst ourselves. This is an open-ended couch.
Yeah, I do want to talk about the community and the state of the community. I think the Bitcoin community is a little bit under threat, and partly that's not much to worry about because those are very natural developments, and as Bitcoin becomes more mature, it becomes more boring, it becomes more predictable, there's less of a evangelist work to do, right? We don't as much need to go around anymore and knock on people's doors. And have you heard about the word of our Lord and Savior, Satoshi Nakamoto, who disappeared to forgive our debt? People now do know about Bitcoin, and if they want to use it, they have like a massive range of resources available to them, and even like a relatively vibrant ecosystem that can help them on board to accept payments or even give them questionable investment advice. And partly, I think what constitutes the core of the community has not adopted Bitcoin as much as we would want to, or as much as we would probably think Bitcoin needs to continue to survive. Because I believe Bitcoin is still dependent on growth, maybe less on the growth of value than the growth of people using it. And as we look at the community, as we look at I think we have 6,000 people signed up for our meetup, and a lot of these people are people who only travel through a few times, and some of these people are regulars. But if we then think about how many of them are really using Bitcoin on a month-by-month basis, or how many of these people have businesses that have adopted Bitcoin, then the number is very, very low. And I think that's a bit more reason to be concerned about whether Bitcoin can actually be sustainable enough to keep itself going. Kind of like Bitcoin needs to be like an avalanche, right? It needs to take on more and more power as it grows to then be able to establish itself in the valley and take down the previous generations. And I don't know if it's gaining in size and in power. On the other hand, the community is also emerging into an industry, and we as the association have had relative success at establishing kind of like an industry community, even though we also find it often quite difficult to, with our background, evangelists and enthusiasts, to manage the expectations of an industry representation, kind of like a chamber of commerce or a lobby organization. But these businesses and the people who really make a living with Bitcoin, they do have a need for networking, and they do have a need for what you could call a community, or what you could call an industry organization. That's maybe the way the communities get developed into. Kind of how, and you can imagine a conference like this would probably evolve from a group of enthusiasts who would just like to think about all sorts of stuff about Bitcoin, to a group of academics who really have like a strong, maybe like a career incentive or financial incentive, like as much as they can explore this new field of finance, this new idea of money, academics, and kind of how it's been presented to us already.
I feel this kind of the last 2 years of like going really more focused on Bitcoin regarding events, and also partially how the community sees itself, organizes itself. So certainly also driven by like the fallout from like the 2017 boom, that a lot of the people who came new to the space in 2017 have been severely burned by investing in a lot of scams and other checkpoints and everything which came around by. And a couple of them have now learned their lessons basically. While a lot of like the original people from early on who kind of head up also with like all these crypto, blockchain events, whatever was put on there. So I see that there's more like a trend also now to organize events like this. We see like magazine kind of also is trying to do a more Bitcoin focused event next year, month in San Francisco, which they launched like last year. So getting a bit like the spirit up from like this old Bitcoin conference we had like in 2013, 14, where there was basically only Bitcoin. It was mostly like also organized out of the community rather than some these more professional organized blockchain events where there's a lot of fanciness but very little substance there. As for the community, speaking about, since we are here in Vietnam, development in Saigon, and certainly I think in Southeast Asia, Hong Kong is kind of leading when it comes really to proper Bitcoin community. But I also feel like in Saigon, over the last 1 2 years, there's some positive consolidation of the community. So we have more people who are really more convinced about this stuff. And I see that we have now new initiatives also coming out of the community. Got now proper community page finally. We organized a 5-year party last year where we also had a lot of our friends from Hong Kong and all around Asia coming down for this community launch now, its own lightning. And just like you see some activities happening there where there was not too much going on before. Vietnam itself certainly is a quite difficult market for us. Also a lot of the local people are not too much interested like really in the fundamentals. But I think the more important is actually to just still go ahead and bring this knowledge around. So we have an initiative also now to translate more of like fundamental text into Vietnamese to make it a bit easier accessible. And you might not reach most of like these quick money crypto people, but I also think there's quite a bunch of people out there who at the moment just don't know that this is actually more serious than like all these people who want to sell your next shitcoin to you in order of quick riches, which they promise you.
Yes, so just speaking about the Hanoi community, which is eclectic. It's an eclectic community of different individuals, different backgrounds. Hanoi itself is an interesting place because there's a strong emphasis in secondary schools on science and mathematics. And Hanoi is one of the few places on the planet where there's a large number of coders. So you see a lot of outsourcing coming into Hanoi. I once ran a company here for Silicon Valley company, and there's a lot of people coming here for coders. And many of these people have deep interests in the crypto space. So those are local Hanoians who live here and grew up here. Then of course you've got the expat community as well. And so you'd have to disaggregate, there's people who are interested in trading and speculating on Bitcoin, and there's real people who work in this space developing apps, and Hanoi is a strong place for app development. So it draws an interesting and eclectic mix of people, many of them really interested in the fundamentals of Bitcoin and what drives the whole spirit of Bitcoin itself.
So, unless you wanted to contribute, I would change course a little bit and ask somebody, not everybody has to answer, but what would be the most challenging idea presented at CRYPTOECON for you personally? I know there's, when I tend to put up some of my topics, there's quite a few people, like it's somebody who posted to the Telegram, but some of this is not necessarily what I agree with, and I'd like to just get your feedback on, and maybe a discussion on what ideas are really challenging that you put out here.
There's quite a few concepts and definitions that I definitely take issue with. I think Roman brought up one example of time preference, which I found I still can't get my head around the definition that's being used today. It sounds like a very clinical definition that you're using to describe time preference. Personally, I see it more about means and ends, and it's more about how much later in the future are you willing to satisfy your ends rather than right now. Whereas you're kind of describing a much more kind of financial financial sense.
Economic sense.
I think maintenance also falls into the economic category.
So yeah, I appreciate that. I know that that's a challenge for a lot of people, but I talk about it a lot. Spend a lot of time looking at it and trying to find, because this was my understanding from reading and studying for a long time. And then something comes along in the Bitcoin community and says, wait, it's completely different from what I'm supposed to go back and read and look. And no, I still come to the same conclusions on this is a definitional thing, so it's not self-approved term people use, but it has implications that are pretty significant. So I think the community, my perspective on it is the community absorbed this knowledge at all the same time, because I went through it in a minute. I've been doing Bitcoin for over 6 years, and I saw this happen, and actually reviewed it before it happened, critiqued it. I think, ask yourselves, or maybe give me feedback, where does your understanding of these concepts actually come from? They come from, economic theory study, or from the community itself, right? Just discussion. Because my perspective has been somebody that enters the community with quite a bit of background knowledge of other things. We had software development or security or economic study. That the Bitcoin community tends to embrace concept. I don't mean whatever, right? And it tends to take on a kind of groupthink, and I'm wondering, is that where this comes from, or is this resistance, no, not resistance, but difference in the way we view this terminology coming from?
I get triggered by the groupthink accusation, because I think it's often rolled out by people that are dissatisfied with people disagreeing with them. And there's often this kind of idea of tribalism and groupthink and religion. It's this idea that we have a few influences, perhaps people like Safety and Rashad and Goldstein, who are kind of leading people astray and we're just following their ideas. But I think what is actually happening a lot of the time is a lot of people are independently coming to the same conclusions and all agreeing with each other. Certainly there's a group of people that are kind of outsourcing their decision making and their logic and their reasoning to other people. That's definitely going on. But I think it's a little bit kind of an ad hominem approach to kind of disagreements and debate within the economics of Bitcoin and technology of Bitcoin to kind of disregard certain viewpoints as groupthink because it's the majority point of view. I think it's better to just discuss the ideas rather than getting into these meta discussions about, okay, where did your ideas come from? It's like, okay, does this idea hold up under scrutiny? It's a better approach.
Yeah, the problem with definitions is there's no way to prove them, right? These are just choices that people make, and they come from their subjective, right? But to me, the interesting thing is more the implications of them, right? If we use a different definition, then the implications are different, which is fine. I don't care what terminology or definitions people use. It's just the meaning behind them and what's implied from them. And so my concern is that you can draw conclusions that by following other people's proofs and derivations of what these things imply, the wrong definition, you would draw conclusions. And
I'm holding the mic here so I'm going to finish up. But I think what would help in these kind of situations is often there's a conflict between those fundamental definitions, maybe some of the axioms. And I think it would be a lot easier when these disagreements take place to be like, okay, I understand why you're not getting this because your definition is wrong, your definition is this, and my definition is that.
That
would help people kind of reconcile these differences and work out.
To discover if we're just talking past each other. Yeah.
It's also just generally something that people are very bad at just from training. Very few people have really been trained on the definitional debate, and most of us would just kind of assume the meaning of a word and being unable to defend that definition, for example, against two definitions.
Actually, it was recently, maybe more recently, that in this particular subject, that I actually realized that people's definitions were coming largely from not what I call time preference, but from the psychological term delayed gratification. I actually saw people using the terms interchangeably, which is why I started discussing delayed gratification as this distinct concept from time preference, and I actually saw that people actually asked and they do the same thing. So I think that is a case of people talking past each other. And I may be talking about something completely different than somebody else is talking about. So I like the way I've worked and produce content and what I use to put something on the wiki, link it to Twitter, get feedback, and a lot of times I've changed content. I have the entire history of every edit that ever went into the wiki. It's all in. You can see things I've changed, errors I've found, other errors that were found, and I constantly trying to revise it so that it's a useful tool for other people. And then I find that, hey, we're just having this discussion about two different things, right? I mean, delayed gratification is perfectly reasonable thing the way a lot of people discuss that. That's what they're talking about. I don't know, but I appreciate the feedback, and that's kind of what I'm asking for. Like, what are the things that really stick in the crowd? Like I'm presenting ideas that are a little bit challenging for some people, and they may be flawed.
I have a really hard time articulating why I don't believe that Bitcoin as a feature is a primary store of value, especially when it comes to like that everything in a way is used as some kind of store of value, but that Bitcoin's value proposition is not that, right? I believe its value proposition is better money. It's not better pop art or better like the way we use gold today. I think also I would, so that's something that I hear you talk about and it comes up in a lot of your definitions, but I have a hard time articulating it, and I would love to hear your thoughts.
So just to clarify, sounds like you don't see like store of value as being the one great thing.
It cannot be the primary.
But you're having a hard time explaining to people, given that there's not a vibrant economy for Bitcoin.
I believe Bitcoin is successful, its philosophy of its store value, but it will not become successful because of.
I always like to say, from an economic standpoint, value is subjective. You can't store somebody's subjectivity, right? You wake up tomorrow and realize you haven't stored anything because it's not tradable for anything. Right? That doesn't happen. Right? So that's, again, people say technical, but it's accurate. You can't store value, right? You can store these numbers that some days somebody may trade you for, and then you can get some utility of what you obtained. So that's a I tend to take the simplest answer. It doesn't store energy, and it doesn't store value. But in the colloquial, store of value, people economists use this term. I think it's inconsistent with the idea that value is subjective, and how you store something subjective. You can have the perception that you've done that because every time you see this happening, but then all of a sudden something changes. You thought you stored some value in this company, and the stock goes to zero. I thought I stored value in there, but I didn't. So yeah, it's from the Austrian perspective. I mean, Mises would say this money is a medium of exchange. Right? It has these other properties that people the way people perceive it as a medium of exchange, and that's another way I describe it. Just referring back to what they say again, these are definitional things. But people use it for whatever they want to use it for. Value being subjective. Who's to say? Store value, exchange, whatever. We use it for whatever they want. So it's not. To me, those distinctions are not really that important. People want it. People trade it. Great. let's do that.
Maybe not most challenging idea, but certainly very interesting was like the debate also around like the economics of scaling and how this works. I mean, since we also run Bitcoin exchange here, you get basically feedback from the practice if you have to transmit hundreds and hundreds of transactions every week. And we felt the pain in late 2017. I think probably like 95% of our customer service requests were related to, hey, why I'm paying $50 in fees, and why is my transaction taking 2 days to settle? We felt the pain there. Also, some of our business partners felt the pain there. They had like business set up around like remitted remitting money cheaply via cryptocurrency, via Bitcoin to other countries, among them Vietnam, where we were their partner, and suddenly their business basically didn't make sense anymore when a transaction cost them $50 to $100 to process at times. So, I mean, it's something which is not affecting us only thinking in theory about it, like how Bitcoin will scale and whatever, but it's also really relevant for us in practice, since we run the business there and we see how it affects customer behaviors, how it affects like what services other businesses can offer. Yeah, I mean, now upcoming with like the Lightning Network, we see now it starts to get more usable, but I think like the economics of it and if it's really going to be one of the major solutions possibly for making Bitcoin more usable as like also to transfer value around between just between individuals or something like this. When you get into work right now, which is at the moment still a bit clunky, it's actually a pretty smooth experience, but that's just from like, okay, transferring Coinbase to Coinbase coins is also a very smooth experience, but there's just not really the security there. And if we can rely on something which has like flawed economic assumptions on the baseline, that's probably going to lead us down the wrong road. So that definitely requires more thinking and research there, where we are going down there. Yeah.
That's really great feedback, because the model of CRYPTOECON here was to intersperse, and really I did all the theory talking because I really don't know anybody else that presents this type of information. Maybe a couple, but I wanted consistency. So this first one, I'm presenting a good chunk of the content, of the book, say, my content, and interspersed between every talk, is not the way it was intended to go, would be somebody presenting their experience of the reality of that, right? Because, if theory isn't reflected in reality, something's wrong. On the other hand, deriving theory from reality is also something wrong, because you can make the wrong inference, right? So I use rational economics and my scene stuff to prove what must be the case, and then why are we not seeing it? What are we missing, right? But what I've found is that when I talk to people who are really, this is the first time I've heard this from you, and I find it interesting. It's not surprising to hear it, I've heard those things before, but I got this feedback on the Lightning Network. I hadn't talked to anybody that had kind of a company doing Lightning stuff at a great depth and had these experiences that were predictable to me, but had never been raised externally. They were seen internally. And so interspersing, say, hardware, decentralized exchange, decentralized market, decentralized mining, the layering, I think it's a good model, and that the kind of feedback you're discussing, I think is what I'd like to see, interspersed in each of these talks if we do in the future.